Hello world, welcome to my CS50 final project, Zoroaster. My name is Kacper Nowak. I am a 21-year-old student from Kraków in Poland, and after bracing many segmentation faults and 500 internal server errors CS50's problem sets threw at me, I have finally braced through to create my very own web application. So what is Zoroaster? It is a web application which allows you to process your feelings and emotions through the medium of music. You can create music tracks which reflect how you currently feel, name your pieces, and then listen back to them as a way of logging your emotions from day to day. The original idea for Zoroaster came from an application called Cove. It was a mobile application which basically allowed you to create your own songs on mobile devices. I found that it helped me in processing emotions, as writing things down always took time and effort, and Cove allowed me to do it very easily and in a way I understood. The problem with the app is that it was quite buggy. Some notes would not sound correctly, some wouldn't sound at all, and the app is no longer available to download even. So I thought it was a huge shame because there really isn't anything like it available. This is why I decided to create an application like that using the knowledge I gained in CS50. I just needed a name, and I took inspiration from a book I was reading at the time, Friedrich Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and thus Zoroaster was born. But enough about the background. Let's see how it works. So in the index site, you can either register yourself or log in. The code for these two sites is very similar to the coding of CS50 Finance in problem set 9, and like in that problem, the data of the users gets inserted into an SQL database. From here, you can go on to create your first track. You will be prompted to select how you feel from the buttons available, and after selecting your moods, you go into the real star of the site, the track creation site. There are several things going on here, so let's take things one by one. The top part of the page is the track line, where all the notes can be set up as a track. There is an iterating music line, which triggers notes to play whenever they are in contact. Down below is the note selection menu. You can select notes from 3 categories: basses, keys, and strings. There are several instruments available in each, and from these instruments, you can select either the high, medium, or low pitch. After selecting your desired notes, you can press the play button to generate a new note with your selected instrument and pitch. You can now drag this note on the track line, and whenever it comes into contact with the music line, it will play your desired note. You can now select as many notes as you want and drag them onto the track line to create your composition. If there are any notes you want to get rid of, simply drag them onto the trash can to remove the note altogether. After setting your notes up, you can finish creating your track by giving it a name, and then clicking the Done button, which will redirect you to the login site. Now you can go to the track history site to see a table with all of the tracks you created, as well as the time when you first created it. By pressing the play button, you can listen back to your song. With some JavaScript and Jinja magic, you can now see the emotions you inputted when creating the track and listen back to your creation. There are still several features which I would like to improve in the future, but even with my work now, I've learned so much about developing a web application. I've learned things like JavaScript fetch requests, event listeners, loops, and creating variables. I feel that the project gave me a sound base to developing my web programming skills further. And that is it. I want to thank CS50 for a life-changing opportunity to study the intellectual enterprises of computer science and the art of programming. Before, being a politics student, I would never consider myself anything close to a programmer. Now I know that the lessons learned in the course will stay with me for a long time. Thank you very much for watching, and this was Zoroaster.